So now mute until the session starts.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes. Just 1 second, sir. We'll check. We'll check for just 1 second.
Okay.
I'll share this one YouTube link. ಬರ್ತಿದೆಯಾ? ಮಾತಾಡಕ್ಕೆ ಸರ್. Hello. 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 Sir, you are able to listen, no?
Yes,
you
yes.
Are able
Now,
to, yes.
Give me 1 minute. I'll go out and then listen to you, sir.
ಕೇಳಿಸುತ್ತಲ್ಲ ಸರ್? ಬಜೇಶ್ ಸರ್. Can I speak, sir? Sir, ಕೇಳಿಸುತ್ತಲ್ಲ ಬಕ್ಕೆ ಸರ್? ಫುಲ್ ಇದೆ. Okay.
So it was audible.
Yes, sir. Audible, sir. Yes, sir.
So I'll be on mute.
Okay, sir.
We'll start. Okay,
we'll start, sir. Another 5 minutes. 10 o'clock we'll start exactly.
ಅಲ್ಲಿ ತನಕ ಮ್ಯೂಟ್ ಇರಲ್ಲ ಪರವಾಗಿಲ್ಲ, ಡಿಸ್ಟರ್ಬೆನ್ಸ್ ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಲ್ಲ?
ಹ್ಞೂ ಸರ್, ಮ್ಯೂಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲೇ ಇರಲಿ ಸರ್. ಅಲ್ಲ $15 minutes it will take. 15 seconds, sir. 10 to 15 seconds. Yes, sir. Audible, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Sorry.
So good morning, everyone. Thank you very much for your kind support, because we were some things went wrong with last week, so we couldn't correct you properly. So thanks for your patience and support. Okay, and today's speaker again, I would like to introduce once again. That day maybe some distraction was there. So best example for how motivate ourselves is Anand sir today. He is our alumni. Okay, so he was he studied in our college only, and he started his own venture. He's got a software company there, and he provides services, all websites and electronic digital services to our college. So websites and applications, all those things. Later, we will experience all those things. And he's a project developer, and also he's a motivation speaker. I've seen many times he used to do motivational call those things. Okay, sir, thank you very much for accepting our invitation. And last week we had some disturbance. I hope you don't mind that. Due to the technology, it is not with any other things. Okay, and very important thing is our students has to get something out of these sessions. Okay, and I am sure you are going to enlighten all the issues they are going to find in the classes, as well as the industry which they required actually. Okay, uh, and I want all of you sit back properly and listen Anand sir what he's saying. Okay, and being our college alumni and old student, how he is doing all the things. So he's going to share his experience also there. Okay, and sir, I think it's time to take over.
So thank you, sir. Thank you for the kind words. And I must appreciate you took time to sort this out, and we have a live session going within a short span. It was a technological challenges we have to face, and even in the session we will see what all as a software, a technology service provider, or a job person or a entrepreneur, we should be equipped. So in this session, it's absolutely planned well for all the students of BCA, so that they have a fantastic takeaway at the end of the session. So I welcome you all to the session, and thank you once again, Kapil sir, for all the arrangements that you have done.
Yes,
So
I forgot to. I just forgotten to welcome you. Okay, I can welcome you, sir. Okay,
thank you so much for all
yes,
those
sir.
words. Thank you.
Thank
And
you, sir.
why do we have this session to start with? Is it important to have a session? I wish when we were in the batch, we had sessions something like this. So we'll see why am I saying so. What is that we look for in this particular session is an opportunity to look for, okay, and get ready for the real world action. We don't join course to get a certificate. We don't join course to score 90%. We join course to skill ourselves so that we can solve a real world problems. ಹೌದಾನೆ? ನಾವು ಸುಮ್ಮನೆ ಕೋರ್ಸಿಗೆ ಜಾಯ್ನ್ ಆಗಿ ಮಾರ್ಕ್ಸ್ ಬಂತು ಸರ್ಟಿಫಿಕೇಶನ್ ಬಂತು ಅಂತ we don't stop ಅಲ್ಲ. So how can we utilize the next 3 years in a structured fashion on various elements we will discuss today. Discuss ಅನ್ನೋದು ಬಹಳ ತಪ್ಪಾಗುತ್ತೆ because it's a live session. I can only talk, you can only respond via chat. So I'll start with my first question. ಎಷ್ಟು ಜನ ಮೊಬೈಲ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇದನ್ನ ಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟೇಶನ್ ನೋಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀರಾ? ಎಷ್ಟು ಜನ ಲ್ಯಾಪ್ಟಾಪ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇದನ್ನ ವ್ಯೂ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀರಾ? ಐ ವಾಂಟ್ ಯು ಟು ಪಿಂಗ್ ಆನ್ ದ ಲೈವ್ ಚಾಟ್, ಯೂಟ್ಯೂಬ್ ಲೈವ್ ಚಾಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ. ಇಫ್ ಯು ಆರ್ ಯೂಸಿಂಗ್ ಮೊಬೈಲ್, type mobile. If you are using laptop, type laptop. I'll just give 15 to 20 seconds. So, when did I pass out? Not previous year. I passed out in 2004. So it's been like 16 years, I guess. And Varun said, PC bro. I would say, thank you, Macha. That's good. We have more mobile users than the laptop. So it's good to go. So we are good. So let's continue with our learning. So I want to point out what we're learning here today: tech stack, about startups, about jobs, and how can you be prepared for all of it. So let's move on with the session. Okay. ಯಾರೋ ಬಂದು ನಿಮ್ಮ ಹತ್ರ ರಿಕ್ವೈರ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಕೇಳ್ತಾರೆ, ಏನೋ ಒಂದು, ಕೆನ್ ಯು ಹೆಲ್ಪ್ ಮೀ ಬಿಲ್ಡ್ ಅ ವೆಬ್ಸೈಟ್ ಆರ್ ಕೆನ್ ಯು ಬಿಲ್ಡ್ ಅ ವೆಬ್ ಅಪ್ಲಿಕೇಶನ್ ಆರ್ ಅ ಮೊಬೈಲ್ ಅಪ್ಲಿಕೇಶನ್. ಸೊ ವೇರ್ ಡು ವಿ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್? On a casual level, on a rudimentary basis, we can start with the wireframe as long we know the requirements. For example, ಯಾರೋ ಬಂದು ನಿಮಗೆ ಶಾಪಿಂಗ್ ಕಾರ್ಟ್ನ ಮೊಬೈಲ್ ಸ್ಕ್ರೀನ್ಸ್ ಬೇಕು, ಆ್ಯಪ್ ಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. So you can start with the wireframe, which is a very casual check or a sketch probably. I request all of you to take paper, pen, pencil, whatever you can. I want you to draw this, what you're seeing on the screen. Okay, I'll give 30 seconds or so. I want everybody to draw. It's going to be a fun activity, and it's very useful as a software developer or an engineer or whatever you want to call after the session, after the course. So ದಯವಿಟ್ಟು ನಿಮ್ಮ paper pen ಅಲ್ಲಿ whatever you see on the screen, only on the wireframe, I want you to give a try. Okay, how difficult was this? I want you to rate 1 to 10 scale ಅಲ್ಲಿ. If it is easy, write 10. Very easy, sir, no problem at all. Write 10. If it is too difficult, you write 1. So 1 is difficulty level very high. If you write 10, that means it's very easy. I want to see if somebody felt it difficult or easy. Okay, wait. So let's do something like this. You just tell me, was it easy or tough? You just ping me whether writing a wireframe like this is easy or tough. Let's see what happens today. ಯಾಕೋ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ, Nandish felt it is difficult. Okay, we will see how can we help him. So this is one of the example. Okay, we start with the wireframe. ಹಿಂಗಾದ ತಕ್ಷಣ ಪ್ರಾಡಕ್ಟ್ ರೆಡಿ ಆಯ್ತಾ? ಪ್ರಾಡಕ್ಟ್ ರೆಡಿ ಆಗಿಲ್ಲ. So let's go to a next level where we call a workflow. ಅಂದ್ರೆ screen ಇದೆ. If I tap on a particular element, there is a navigation, right? The first screen ನೋಡಿದ್ರೆ, you're clicking on a profile, or profile ಅಲ್ಲಿ there is a drill down details, and you click on one of the option, you have the final list. So this is what the client is asking. So you design the second level as a workflow. ಇಷ್ಟ ಆದ ತಕ್ಷಣ ಪ್ರಾಡಕ್ಟ್ ರೆಡಿ ಆಯ್ತಾ? ಆಗಿಲ್ಲ. Let's move on and see what happens. This is a screen that end customer or a end user will be looking at. It's not functional, but it gives the absolute picture how the product will look when it goes live. Why do you say go live antandre? The product is available for the user to start using it. Okay, just take a quick look. It's so cleanly done. We use sketch ಆನ್ಲೈನಲ್ಲಿ ಸ್ಕೆಚ್ ಅಂತ ಬರುತ್ತೆ ಆ್ಯಪ್ ಯೂಸರ್ ಆದರೆ ಮೊಬೈಲ್ ಮ್ಯಾಕ್ ಯೂಸರ್ ಆದರೆ. You have a InVision for a Windows user. There are Balsamic anta ಒಂದು application ಇದೆ. There are various tools you can use it to design wireframes and interface. Okay, let me show you some samples, real world samples. I'll take you to a portal called Dribble. Hope this won't hang me out. I'm clicking on the browser. I'll go to Dribble. We saw that as an ordering app, and this is a scheduling app. So it's so beautifully done. Why should you go to Dribble? You can search for various inspirations. So let me show a sample. Ping me what you want to see, what app you want to see. A small app. Whoever comes first, I'll search that. What app you want? I am waiting for somebody to respond. Is Dribble alli what application do you want to see? Fitness app irbodu, health app irbodu, WhatsApp tara chatting option irbodu. Facebook is too big, Ankita. Tell me something smaller one. WhatsApp, PUBG, okay, Insta, okay. There's so many things coming, but I'll stick with the simple for now so that everybody understands. Okay, they're very nice. Fashion app, WhatsApp, Instagram, fitness app. I'll go with the fitness app, Manoj, because it's easier to for a discussion point of view. Fitness anta search ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ. These are the world's best designers. Okay, so you can say fitness mobile app and see what happens now. So we have various design already available for you to refer. So yadun open madante, which one shall we open it? Okay, I'm going with a very basic one here. So this is a fitness app. Now ಏನು ನೋಡಿದ್ವಲ್ಲ, first wireframe ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು, then they did a workflow, and then they did a user interface, which we call UI. UX, we'll see. Right, make a note of a website called Dribble, dribble.com. It's going to be a useful for all the people who are very creative and want to be part of the design fraternity. So let's go back to our presentation. Okay, user interface ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ what is visible. ಆದರೆ user experience, UX ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ what happens actually in the backend. ಆಯ್ತಲ್ಲ, what you see is just a screen. When you click something, the operation happens in the backend. For example, ನೀವು Gmail login ಆದರೆ you get your data, not somebody else's data. But everybody see a same interface. But in the backend, the data pulls, the experience are different. You get the emails. Example. Let's continue. Is this sufficient to be a software developer? Absolutely not. So let's see what is required. I call something like a full stack web developer for presentation. You don't need to be an all-rounder. ಈಗ ಕ್ರಿಕೆಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಬ್ಯಾಟ್ಸ್ಮನ್ ಇರ್ತಾರೆ, ಬೌಲರ್ ಇರ್ತಾರೆ, ಆಲ್ರೌಂಡರ್ ಕೂಡ ಇರ್ತಾರೆ. Something like an all-rounder, we have a full stack web developer. ಏನು full stack web developer ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ, we will see a sample scenario. Okay, any product, whether a website, web application, mobile application, or a smart watch application, or a smart glasses application, they always have three things in common. One front end, one back end, and database. Let's see what is front end. One of the things that you have to learn is HTML, hypertext markup language. Okay, HTML antandre, how many of you know what is HTML? Just say if you know HTML, just ping HTML. I will know that you know that. Ping me HTML if you know what it is, even to a slightest extent. Okay, Disha says she's aware of HTML as Madhu, Kiran, Pradeep, Manoj, Ankit, Vijay Lakshmi. There's so many people knows about HTML. So it makes my job easier. So I'll put in my perspective. HTML ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಈಗ ಮೆಟಫರ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ಒಂದು ಬಿಲ್ಡಿಂಗ್ ಅಂತ ತಗೋಣ. ಬಿಲ್ಡಿಂಗ್ ನ ಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಚರ್ ಇರುತ್ತಲ್ಲ, ಆ ಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಚರ್ is nothing but HTML in web application. So let's go back to Google and search a structure so that we understand it very well. Technology is not difficult, but it's the way we pursue it and how we prepare for it. I would say building structure. HTML ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ when it comes to a building, this is a structure. When it comes to a web application or a website, HTML is just a structure like this. Okay, now what is CSS? How many of you know Cascade Style Sheet? If you know CSS, ping me CSS now. Okay, many know HTML, but few lesser people know CSS, right? CSS ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಮನೆಯಲ್ಲಿ, if an example ಮನೆ ಅಂತ ತಗೊಂಡ್ರೆ, the way it looks, color, light, doors color, floor color, fan thing. So let's see what is that. We call interiors, right? Interior design, probably I'll put that. So interior design, house interior design. Let's see that. So what you see now, HTML is just a structure, adre CSS is actually giving a look and feel of the house. ನೀವು ಬರೀ HTML ಮಾಡಿ ಮನೇಲಿ ಇರೋಕ್ಕಾಗಲ್ಲ, ಹಂಗೆ ಬರೀ HTML ಬಿಲ್ಡ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಅಪ್ಲಿಕೇಶನ್ ಕಂಪ್ಲೀಟ್ ಮಾಡೋಕ್ಕಾಗಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ಯು ನೀಡ್ ಟು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಅ CSS. ಹಾಗೆ there are many other things, JavaScript, various other things that is required to be a front-end developer. So let's go back to our presentation. HTML5 is the updated version. JavaScript, ಮೊದಲೇ ಹೆಂಗಿತ್ತು ಗೊತ್ತಾ? If I click on something, we go back to a server, the request will come, the entire page will load. ಇವಾಗ JavaScript ಇರೋದಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರ we get the required information just by the click. Entire page load ಆಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ. It goes to a server and gets the information without disturbing the page. For example, e-commerce site ನೋಡ್ತೀರಾ, there are so many products that you keep adding to a cart, right? ಅದೇ ತರ JavaScript enables the quicker interaction without refreshing the entire page. So front end ಆಯ್ತು, jQuery, you have to learn on all those things. I'm just giving an example. There are many things in the front end also. Let's come to the back end. So front end building ಕಟ್ಟಿದ್ವಿ, ಒಳಗಡೆ ಇಂಟೀರಿಯರ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ವಿ. Can we leave there? It's not possible. ಯಾಕೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಿಸಿಟಿ ಇರಬೇಕು, ಪ್ಲಂಬಿಂಗ್ ಆಗಿರಬೇಕು, ಆಮೇಲೆ ಬಿಲ್ಡಿಂಗ್ ನ ಸ್ಟ್ರೆಂತ್ ಬರೀ ನೋಡೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಅಲ್ಲ, ದ ಥಿಕ್ನೆಸ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಪಿಲ್ಲರ್, ದ ಫ್ಲೋರ್ ನ ಪಿಲ್ಲರ್. If you have one floor, it is good. If you want to build 25 floors, there is a different architecture required. That is nothing but a back end in the technology world. Okay, la? PHP, we have a Java, you have a C++, C, .NET, Node.js. There are so many things that you can learn. Is it a place where we can learn? Can somebody tell me where can you learn front end, back end very easily online? Is there any website that you know? Ping me right now. So I'm back. I'm back. I was checking something. Uh, Udemy, sir, don't know. So most of them are not aware of Udemy. Who is this? PEWDIEPIXYZ. He said Udemy. Whoever is that? It's absolutely right. Marsha. I don't know that Kiran, but maybe I'll look into it. Okay, so let's go. And also we have Kiran saying Udemy. So let's go to some other website, which is called W3 Schools, which was mentioned on the screen itself. I would request each and every one, no matter what stream you get into, you want to be a designer, UI expert, developer, a database, or a quality check, whatever you want to be, I would request all of you in the session to go through w3schools.com, learn step by step of HTML, CSS, Bootstrap, JavaScript, a whole lot of things. This is just like a Bhagavad Gita, I would say, or a Bible or a Quran for technology students who is getting into the course. Don't miss it. It's absolutely helpful. So let's go back to our presentation and see what is pending. Okay, we have something called database. So front end ಆಯ್ತು ಡಿಸೈನ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ವಿ, ಬ್ಯಾಕ್ ಎಂಡ್ ಆಯ್ತು ವೇರ್ ವಿ interact, application will perform, speed ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು, the way actually gets the details, but where the details will be stored, the place is called database. ಓಕೆ ಅಲ್ಲ, ಡೇಟಾಬೇಸ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ಹೇಳ್ಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ ನೀವು ಏನೇ ಬ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸಾಕ್ಷನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ, ಆ ಪಾಸ್ಬುಕ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಎಂಟ್ರಿ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ದೀಸ್ ಆರ್ ದ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸಾಕ್ಷನ್ ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಡನ್. It is on a physical process. Database stores all the information in the structured fashion. You have to learn MySQL and other things. I'm sure it's part of your course, but nevertheless, take use of W3 Schools is absolutely good. Okay, let's go. So we know what is full stack developer at this point. Is it a only combination? Absolutely not. There are various combinations: Java full stack developer, Ruby on Rails full stack developer, LAMP, LIMP. There's so many more. So explore all those. It might give you absolute clarity. So let's have an important topic. Okay. ಸರ್ ಯು ಐ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ, ಯು ಎಕ್ಸ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ, ಫುಲ್ ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಕ್ ಡೆವಲಪರ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆ, ಫ್ರಂಟ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಬ್ಯಾಕ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಡೇಟಾಬೇಸ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ, is it the way it works in the real world? A software project ಬಂದ ತಕ್ಷಣ, if I know this, can we get into a system and start working on it? Probably not right away. So there is some more structure to it. For example, ನೀವು ಹೋಟೆಲ್ಗೆ ಹೋದ ತಕ್ಷಣ ನಿಮಗೆ ಊಟ ತಂದು ಕೊಡಲ್ಲ ಯಾರು, or they won't get you a food. You have to order the food. You have to order what you want and probably what is available also. One example ತಗೊಳ್ಳೋಣ. Tell me which restaurant is good in Davangere. So we'll go there. I want to see which restaurant is good in Davangere. Ping me on the live chat. So we'll see who is gonna ping first, who knows the restaurant well. Sankama. I don't know what is that. Rocking Mango. Mango on the hotel idana. Okay. Ocean Park. I know I've been there. Benne Dose. Thank you there. Ocean Park. Sarovara. Punjabi Dhaba. Southern Star. ಯಾರಾದ್ರೂ ಈ ಚಾಟ್ಗಳನ್ನ ನೋಡಿದ್ರೆ ನಾವು ನಿಜವಾಗ್ಲೂ ಟೆಕ್ನಾಲಜಿ ಸೆಷನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ ಅಂತ ಕ್ವೆಶನ್ ಮಾಡಬಹುದು, ಬಟ್ ಅದರ್ವೈಸ್ ಇಟ್ಸ್ ವೆರಿ ಇಂಟ್ರಾಕ್ಟಿವ್. ಸೊ ವಾಟ್ ವಾಸ್ ದ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಒನ್? ವಿಲ್ ಗೋ ಟು ಸಬ್ಜಿ ಸರ್ಗಮ್. ಓಕೆ, is that the better one? Okay, we'll go to Ocean Park. Okay, Ocean Park ಹೋದ ತಕ್ಷಣ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ? You ask for a seat. You order, you get the menu first. You order the items which are available. Server ಬಂದು probably server annalla. Who is that person called who takes the order? Who is the person who takes the order? Ping me there. Who takes the order? Waiter. Thank you. Chef don't take the order. Waiter take the order. ಬಂದ ಒಂದು 3-4 ಐಟಮ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ವಿ, ಅವನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ಬರ್ಕೊಂಡು ಫುಡ್ ತಂದು ಕೊಡ್ಬೇಕು ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ he needs to go to a kitchen, order there, wait for the chef to prepare it and give you back, and the server will come and serve on the table. So there is a process, alva. Similarly, even when you are building a software application, there is a step-by-step process. So let's see what happens in this software project, and we'll see what are the challenges after that. We call a software development life cycle. Any project for that matter, whether you're a working professional or a company owner, a startup, you need to know what you want to develop. That's called a requirement analysis. Okay, Allah? Next. Now, earlier in the discussion we said, Yaro Bandhu, they want a mobile app, antandaga, we started with a design, right? So somebody gave you the requirement. So similarly, whether you work in a real world or a company or your own startup or a personal project, you should know the requirements. You should analyze the requirement really well. That is critical step. And you then design andre wireframe ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು, ಯೂಸರ್ ಇಂಟರ್ಫೇಸ್ ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು, ವರ್ಕ್ ಫ್ಲೋ ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು, HTML, CSS, ವರ್ಕಿಂಗ್ ಪ್ರೋಟೋಟೈಪ್ ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು. We use Sketch, InVision, sometimes PowerPoint does the job, Balsamic, there's so many tools. Next, this is what is the design antandre? Full stack developer alli, where does design fit in the full stack developer that we saw? Front end, back end, or database? Ping me that. Where does design fit in? Front end, back end, or database? Let me see on the live chat. Oh, there are some confusions here. We are not talking about a database design. We are talking about the user interface. Now, first to database na muttadilla. We start with a user interface, wireframe, or a prototype, which fits in front end only. Back end alla, database alla. Requirement ಅನ್ನೋದು ನೀವು ಪೇಪರಲ್ಲಿ ಬರ್ಕೊಂತೀರಾ. ಡಿಸೈನ್ ಅನ್ನೋದು you start working on a wireframe, prototype, workflow, mockups, all comes as part of design, which fits in front end only. Okay. Okay, we have many people saying front end, but there are some confusion about back end matte database. Okay, let's move on to implementation. What is implementation? Java, PHP, .NET, technology which are essential to make the design work. Okay, Flipkart alli, you see a lot of products and you click on add to cart, right? Amele payment gateway. So bari sumne munde hogalla, that actually works. Nim product will be booked. Payment will be reduced from your both the accounts, from their account and your account is debited and credited there. Actual work ಆಗೋದು implementation ಅಲ್ಲಿ. Requirement ಆಯ್ತು, design ಆಯ್ತು, implementation, where does this sit? Implementation, front end, back end, database. Tell me, where does this fit? Rekha is saying backend, and that is correct. Modhu says backend, that's correct. Backend is a must to make the application work. It's not database at all. Database alli data exchange agutte. Okay na? Only the data comes and goes, but the technology handles the data. ತರ ಕೊರಿಯರ್ ಸರ್ವಿಸ್ ಇದ್ದಂಗೆ ಅನ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. ಫಾರ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್, ಕೊರಿಯರ್ ಇನ್ಫಾರ್ಮೇಶನ್ ಇರಲ್ಲ, ಕೊರಿಯರ್ ಒಳಗಡೆ ಇನ್ಫಾರ್ಮೇಶನ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಲೈಕ್ ದ್ಯಾಟ್ ಡೇಟಾಬೇಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇನ್ಫಾರ್ಮೇಶನ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಕೊರಿಯರ್ ಸರ್ವಿಸ್ ತರ ಆ ಇನ್ಫಾರ್ಮೇಶನ್ ಕೊರಿಯರ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇಟ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಯು ಸೆಂಡ್ ಇಟ್ ಟು ಅ ಪರ್ಸನ್ ದಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಇಂಟೆಂಡೆಡ್, ದಟ್ ಕಮ್ಸ್ ಆನ್ ದ ಫ್ರಂಟ್ ಎಂಡ್. ಓಕೆ, somebody says sorry, no idea about it, no problem. If we are just getting started, it will take some time to understand the entire flow, and we are ahead of many other students from other colleges, so we are good, no worries. Testing, is testing important, or it's okay, it's not too important but it's okay, sir? uh, if you think testing is important, ping me important. If you think testing is okay, you just ping me okay. We'll see how the response goes. Okay. Kiran says it's very important. We know what happened, right, on the Geo Meet. So they did not do a testing when we have a screen share and we are switching the browser. It was fail. So all 150 members on that particular session won't be interested to try again. So they lost 150 customers because testing went wrong. Testing was not complete. Everybody says it's important. It's absolutely important. Never ever take testing very light. So when I was in IIM Calcutta, my classmate is one of the classmates is Lalitesh. He works in Microsoft and he is the QA manager, quality assurance manager. They work on cloud technology, Azure. Probably you can also say edge technology. So they say they have various types of testing: manual testing, unit testing, integration testing, technology assisted testing. Aitala. So testing is not a one day job. There are so many jobs only for testing. I don't know the development. I don't know how to design. I can still be part of the testing team, which is the highest importance in the SDLC lifecycle. And next stage is the evolution. Evolution ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ deploy ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೆ. It is available on the website or accessible to the user, and we continues to improve the process. So let's go to our next item called waterfall. What happened to the waterfall? Okay, we have here requirements. ಯಾರೋ ಬಂದು ನಮಗೆ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು, these are the information, these are the things I want. ನೀವೇನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ? ಡಾಕ್ಯುಮೆಂಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಡಿಸೈನ್ ಟೀಮ್ ಬಂದು ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ? ಯೂಸರ್ ಇಂಟರ್ಫೇಸ್, ವರ್ಕ್ ಫ್ಲೋ, ಪ್ರೋಟೋಟೈಪ್ ಡಿಸೈನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ ಫ್ರಂಟ್ ಎಂಡ್, ಅಂಡ್ ಇಂಪ್ಲಿಮೆಂಟೇಷನ್ ಬೇಸ್ಡ್ ಆನ್ ದ ರಿಕ್ವೈರ್ಮೆಂಟ್. 1 ಫ್ಲೋರ್ ಫ್ಲಾಟೋ, 25 ಫ್ಲೋರ್ ಫ್ಲಾಟೋ, ಸ್ಮಾಲ್ ಅಪ್ಲಿಕೇಶನ್, ಬಿಗ್ ಇ-ಕಾಮರ್ಸ್. So depending on the requirement, the technology will be chosen. .NET, PHP, mateno, Java. Can you tell me what Facebook is built on? Which technology? I'll say 3 of it. You have to choose. Facebook is built on Java, PHP, or .NET. What do you think? You can go a wild guess. You don't need to know. I want you to guess. Facebook is built on Java or PHP or .NET. Who was that DHE drawing? He said PHP. Very interesting to know. So even the guesswork is not wrong. It's built on PHP. PHP another open source. Andre, you don't have to pay anybody. But when it comes to .NET, you have to pay. And when it comes to Java, you may have to know much more than PHP. In college, they will be teaching Java. I'm not sure on the .NET, but you will be learning various programming languages. Facebook is built on PHP. Somebody says it's like a pseudo code, sir. Silesh KB, I don't know what you mean by that, but I'll make a note of that. I never heard of the word, or you're pronouncing it wrong. Scuro, Scuro code sounds interesting to me. I'll take a look at that. Okay. Oh, good. Now let's do a small activity. If probably if you were in face to face, this program, this session or particular activity, I'm going to ask you could be 10 times more funful. But nevertheless, we have the technology to support. We are having interaction very smoothly. Hopefully, you are listening because I see you are responding quickly. The activity is simple. First, tell me how many of you have paper and pen with you, or paper or pencil to write my requirement. How many of you have paper, pen, or pencil to write? Tell me yes on the live chat. Wagi should get paper and pen right away. It's important. Manoj said Erlang. Erlang is used by WhatsApp. Now it's part of Facebook. Probably they are extending that. But good, Manoj. Whether you searched it online in Google or you know about this, but it's still brilliant. Erlang is another thing that WhatsApp is built on. Thank you. So let's continue with the activity. I will ask you to write my requirement. Please write it without a miss. So my requirements are like this. ನನಗೆ ಒಂದು ಅನಿಮಲ್ ಬೇಕು, ಓಕೆನಾ? ಅನಿಮಲ್ನ ನೀವು ಮೌಲ್ಡ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು. ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಅನ್ ಅಸಂಪ್ಷನ್, ಯು ಆರ್ ಟೇಕ್ ಇಟ್. ಐ ವಾಂಟ್ ಅನ್ ಅನಿಮಲ್, ನೀವು ಮೌಲ್ಡ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ, ಆಯ್ತಾ? ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಮೌಲ್ಡ್ ಕಂಪ್ಲೀಟ್ ಆದಮೇಲೆ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ನೀವು ಜೀವ ಕೊಡ್ತೀರಾ. ಜೀವ, ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಅ ಮ್ಯಾಜಿಕ್ ವಾಂಡ್, ಸೊ ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಮೇಕ್ ಇಟ್ ಕಮ್ ಅಲೈವ್. ಬಟ್ building the entire mold will take some time, probably 9 to 10 months ಅನ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ, ಓಕೆನಾ? I'll start with my requirement. The first requirement, animal should have 4 legs. Write down 4 legs. Next, it should be in black. It should have very big eyes, not like mine, I have very small one. And it should have a very strong nails. ಯಾರ್ದು ತುಂಬಾ ದಪ್ಪ thick animalಗೆ nails ಇರುತ್ತೋ, it is assumed to be strong animal. Next, it should have a tail. ಓಕೆನಾ? ಆಪ್ಷನಲ್, ಇಫ್ ಪಾಸಿಬಲ್. ಕ್ಲೈಂಟ್ ಏನು ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ, ಇದು ನನಗೆ ಬೇಕಾಗಿಲ್ಲ, ಬಟ್ ಇಫ್ ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಡೆವಲಪ್, ಐ ವಾಂಟ್ ಅ ಪರ್ಸನ್ ಹೂ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಸಿಟ್ ಆನ್ ಇಟ್, ಅಷ್ಟು ಜಾಗ ಇರಬೇಕು ಅನಿಮಲ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ. ಓಕೆ, ಟೀತ್ ಬೇಡ. Okay, teeth, because Venkatesh is asking, we want teeth also. So I'll repeat the requirement. I want an animal which eats only vegetables and plants, herbivorous. Okay, that's my first requirement. Second requirement, I want 4 legs animal. I want black in color. I want big eyes, and I want a strong nails, and I want tail for the animal. And last, optional, I want a place to sit. One person should be able to sit. Somebody, Shailesh, Rekha, Darshini, Sneha, already jumped into a conclusion that client is asking for a elephant. But ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವುದೇ project comes with a cost. Nobody does free, right? So it is up to you to match the requirement in the lowest budget, but add value and deliver in 9 to 10 months. I'll give you 1 minute and ping me an animal that you want to build, which is cost effective and should meet all my requirements. I'll give you 1 minute, think and ping me. ಓ ಮೈ ಗಾಡ್, ಇವಾಗ ಕ್ಲೈಂಟ್ ಬಂದು BIH ಕಾಲೇಜಲ್ಲಿ ನೀವೆಲ್ಲರೂ ಸಾಫ್ಟ್ವೇರ್ ಡೆವಲಪರ್ಸು ಅಥವಾ ನೀವೆಲ್ಲರೂ ಅನಿಮಲ್ನ ಬಿಲ್ಡ್ ಮಾಡೋಕ್ಕೆ ಕೆಪಾಸಿಟಿ ಇರೋ ಅಂಥವ್ರು ಅಂತ ರಿಕ್ವೈರ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟರೆ ಒಂದು ಅನಿಮಲ್ ಬರಲ್ಲ, ಕಾಡೇ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ವಿ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಸೋ ಮೆನಿ, ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ಅ ಡಾಂಕಿ, ಕವ್, ಲಿಪರ್ಡ್, ಎಲಿಫೆಂಟ್, ಹಾರ್ಸ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಡ್ರ್ಯಾಗನ್ ಕೂಡ ಬಿಟ್ಟಿಲ್ಲ ನಾವು. ಇನ್ನೊಬ್ರು ಯಾರೋ ಮಧು ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ ಕರಡಿ ಅಂತ ಬರ್ತಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಇಟ್ಸ್ ವೆರಿ ನೈಸ್. ಲಯನ್ ಬ್ಲ್ಯಾಕ್ ಕಲರ್ ಹೆಂಗಿರುತ್ತೆ ಅನುಷಾ ಅಲ್ವಾ? ಸೊ ರಿಕ್ವೈರ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಇಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ರೈಟ್. ಮತ್ತೆ ಡಾಗ್ ಯಾರಪ್ಪ? ಡಾಗು ಸುಪ್ರೀತ್. ಡಾಗ್ ಹೆಂಗಾಗುತ್ತೆ? ಅದ್ರ ಮೇಲೆ ಕೂರಕ್ಕಾಗುತ್ತಾ? ಓಕೆ, ಬಟ್ ಯು ಸ್ಟಿಲ್ ಓಕೆ, ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಎ ಬ್ಲ್ಯಾಕ್ ಡಾಗ್, ಐ ವಿಲ್ ಅಕ್ಸೆಪ್ಟ್ ದಟ್. ಬಫೆಲೋ, ವೊಲ್ವರಿನ್. But one thing I liked, really liked, was Danya, who pinged, why do you need a strong nails if the animal is eating vegetables and plants? This is what you should learn to ask question. If you don't ask question, why do you need what you're asking for? We will be a disastrous output. For example, let me go full screen. And this is what client expectation was. I want herbivorous, 4 legs, black, big eyes, nails, tail, and an option to sit on. This is a client expectation. Okay. But what happened? Somebody did not question. They just took the requirement to their head, went away for 9 months, and started working on the animal that will match the requirement. ಕೊನೆ ದಿನ ಕ್ಲೈಂಟ್ ಬಂದು ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ, ಐ ಫರ್ಗಾಟ್ ಸಮಥಿಂಗ್, ಐ ವಾಂಟ್ ಅ ಟ್ರಂಕ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ. ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ, ಅಲ್ಲ ಸರ್ 9 ತಿಂಗಳಾಯ್ತು ನಾವು ವರ್ಕ್ ಮಾಡಕ್ ಶುರು ಮಾಡಿ, ಲಾಸ್ಟ್ ದಿನ ಬಂದು ನಂಗೆ ಟ್ರಂಕ್ ಬೇಕು ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ how is it possible? No, I don't want the project if that cannot be delivered anta kutkonತಾರೆ. The smart project manager delivers this. Sir, oh, meeting bandru. Sir, this is fine, right? You asked for an animal which is herbivorous. Of course it's herbivorous. You wanted 4 legs, it has 4 legs. Eyes, black, tail, and the place to sit on that is also available. Last day you asked me to put the trunk, I put it. So my requirements are matching, my deliveries are matching the requirement. Please pay me. So what went wrong here? What went wrong? Tell me something. What actually went wrong? I would probably put it this way. Nobody understood why they have a requirement like that. Write down, if nobody questions the ask, something will be disastrous like this. Write down WHY. ಇದನ್ನ ನೀವು ಸರಿಯಾಗಿ ಕೇಳಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ, they are looking for a war elephant, they ended up with buffalo. And project manager were very smart. Sir, you asked for only this, but we have come up with a value addition, it will also give milk. So that is the mismatch in the requirements and the deliverables. So write down WHY. Don't do anything until unless you question it. Why? Such an important metaphor. Maybe it looking funny, but this is the brilliant metaphor the any software developer should get into, an understanding mode and a questioning mode. Okay, so far so good. So far so good. Shall we continue? Any question? Tell me, uh, is there any question that you want to post? I'm able to see the live chat. Post me a question before we continue with our next set of topics. Ping me any questions that you have before we move on to other topics. I'll give you 1 minute. Okay, everybody enjoying this session? Is it boring? Is it worth your time? You have half through. Did you enjoy? Are you enjoying it? So I need to know in the chat because I cannot see you. I don't know whether you're sleeping or smiling or listening. So that's why I want to know your response. Oh, Nisarga have a very interesting question. What is the link, sir, for this example to our class? Very simple, Nisarga. It's highly relevant. I'm using this as a metaphor. ಯಾವುದೇ ಸಾಫ್ಟ್ವೇರ್ ಡೆವಲಪ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಮಾಡೋ ಮೊದಲೇ ರಿಕ್ವೈರ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಕಮ್ಸ್. ನನಗೆ ಆ ಫೀಚರ್ ಬೇಕು, ಈ ಫೀಚರ್ ಬೇಕು, ಅದು ಕ್ಲಿಕ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಇದು ಬರಬೇಕು, ಐ ವಾಂಟ್ ದಿಸ್ ದ್ಯಾಟ್ ಸೋ ಮೆನಿ ಥಿಂಗ್ಸ್. If we don't understand the requirement, they might be asking for an e-commerce site, but we end up with a banking application. We need to learn to question the requirements. ಆಮೇಲೆ why was that relevant? Second point, waterfall methods ಅನ್ನೋದು it's a very old method of SDLC deliverables. Okay, ಮೊದಲೇ ರಿಕ್ವೈರ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ತಗೊಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರು, then they design, they implement, test, and maintenance or deploy. This used to take a very long time. ಏನಾದ್ರು ತಪ್ಪಾದ್ರೆ it is impossible to correct it because nobody is seeing the work in progress. It comes at the end. So ಅದನ್ನ ಫಿಕ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡೋದಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರ there are new methodologies. Thanks for that question. We will see that. Okay. And we have other questions, Sailesh. So KB, what is the difference along these? I didn't get the question. What does the difference means? What difference of what? So that you have to help me understand the question. And PHP is outdated. Who is saying that? PHP, there are various versions. It's not outdated. If you go back and check the number of products built on PHP till date compared to .NET and Java, it is equally strong. And there are Laravel, there are many more versions of PHP, and I don't think it's outdated. But I'll see if it is really so. So people are saying enjoying, thank you. No, sir, continue to the next topic. Enjoying, it's good. Okay, we are going good. Client could have said, Arun saying, client could have said that they want war elephant. Why did he confuse the builder? That's exactly the question to be asked by the team, not the business. Business will come and say the requirement the way they understood. ಇವಾಗ ನೀವು ಎಲಿಫೆಂಟ್ ಅಂತ ನೋಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀರಾ. Imagine there was no elephant in the beginning. They wanted a new animal altogether. Nobody knows. So it is important activity of a team to question them. So that requirement we call BRD, FRD. BRD ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ business requirement document. I am a specialist there. I spend a lot of time with business to document the requirements. So I learn a lot why they want what they want. So far, touch wood, we didn't deliver a buffalo so far. We were doing a good job. Okay, so let's move on. Waterfall method have a very high risk where they take a long time to see a deliverables. To avoid such costly mistakes, we have something called Agile methodology. ಅಜೈಲ್ ಮೆಥಡಾಲಜಿ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಕ್ಲೈಂಟ್ ಬಂದು ನಂಗೆ ರಿಕ್ವೈರ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟರು, I break that requirement into small chunks. I go to a design team, develop it, test only small feature, okay, small feature, very minimal feature. Then I deploy, and they can see what has been developed. And this won't take 9-10 months. This will take 1 week or maximum of 4 weeks, depending on the project complexity. ಅವಾಗೇನಾಯ್ತು, 9-10 months ವೇಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಡಿಸಾಸ್ಟ್ರಸ್ ರಿಸಲ್ಟ್ ನೋಡೋದಕ್ಕಂತ you are able to assess it within a week or 4 weeks. So that's why we have a agile practice. Agile is one of the hot topic people are looking for in the resume. If you know agile, the chances are higher you have been called for an interview. It's just one of the elements. There are many more. Okay. Why do you have see so many loops here? Because agile works on sprint. ನಮ್ದು ಪ್ರಾಜೆಕ್ಟ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ we take 2 weeks sprint. 2 weeks ನಾವು ಡೆವಲಪ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ, ಡಿಸೈನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ, ಡಿಪ್ಲಾಯ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. Customer will see, yes, this is what they are looking for. So we constantly seek their inputs and we deliver 2 weeks time frame, so that there is no shock or a surprise at the end of the deliverables. This is a very new methodology. Every company trying to push this, and most of the company are very successful agile methodology. And the failure rates of the project has gone down drastically. So let's see the difference between waterfall and agile process. Waterfall project is so big, the requirement document itself become 100+ pages. Literally 100+ pages. ಅದೇ agile process ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಬಂದಾಗ we logically break the functionality features based on the various parameters. We make it very small and we start developing it, deploy it, get the permission. So the failure rate compared to waterfall, agile is very less comparatively. Okay. Okay, why are we discussing all this as part of this session? These are the things the real life situation demands. You may not know these things in the class or a course, but when it comes to a real job or becoming an entrepreneur or a startup, you would need all of this so that you can deliver a world-class product with the best budget on time. Okay, let's move on. And I would say waterfall is not wrong. It has to be chosen based on the project. If project is so small, we don't need to build another again sprints, agile. If the project is so huge and big, then we need something, a better methodology to handle it. Okay, let's move on. I think we have quite a information now. Agile is not similar to a top-down approach. Nothing like that. Agile is a process. You break the requirement into small pieces and then have a big picture together. Okay. Agile is time saving. I wouldn't agree with that, but I would say Agile is having a safer way of executing or delivering. A risk rate is very low. You have Google, you can start searching for difference between waterfall, agile, the many more. So let's move to our next topic. A very interesting one to me. I have been loving it as being part of the technology for last 15 years or so in the industry. I work with developers, designers, business as a product manager. I'm not a developer. I don't do a coding. I don't do a design to a great extent, but I connect the entire team. Deliverables are my responsibility. I need to work with business to get the requirement. I spend time educating my team on what is expected and monitor them. A product responsibility is my role. That's why I'm a product manager. Okay, so let's come back to next topic, tech trends. ಓಕೆ, ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಕ್ವೆಶನ್. ಭಾಳ ಹೊತ್ತು ಬರೀ ನಾನೇ ಮಾತಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಲ್ವಾ, ಸೊ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಹತ್ರ ರೆಸ್ಪಾನ್ಸ್ ಮತ್ತೆ ಕೇಳೋಣಂತೆ. Nisarga said, I didn't get a link, sir. Nisarga, please spend some time on Google and identifying why Agile is better, what are the challenges and limitations of waterfall, and what is the relevance in the software development lifecycle. You will get the answers. Okay. Next question is, internet ಇಂಡಿಯಾಗೆ ಯಾವಾಗ ಬಂತು? When did internet came to India? If you want to Google it, if you know, just ping me. We'll see that. I'll give you 15 seconds. So I want everybody to check in their Google and let me know. 2009, 2000 is very recent, guys. It's very old, little old. Manoj got the answer first and Kiran got it second. It's in 1995. ಅದೆಷ್ಟು ವರ್ಷ ಆಯ್ತು ಇವತ್ತಿಗೆ? It just barely 25 years. 25 ವರ್ಷದಲ್ಲಿ the technology growth is so much. Right now, we have 50 billion technology devices across the globe. Okay, I'll split the question in two. First question, how many zeros in 1 billion? Prajwal says it's 9. Vagish says 7. Many says 7. Many says 9. Sheena says 8. Okay, many says 9, 8. Natraj says 12. Oh, that's too big. Ganga says 10. So billion andre 9 zeros. 50 billion antandre, it is so huge. Now come to another second question. 1 billion is equal to how many crores? Tell me, 1 billion is equal to how many crores? So Prajwal is fast and it says 100 crores. 50 billion antandre, we have 5,000 crores devices which depends on internet, which works on internet. ಕಳೆದ 25 ವರ್ಷದಲ್ಲಿ ಇಷ್ಟು ದೊಡ್ಡ ರೆವಲ್ಯೂಷನ್ ಇಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ಅ ಜೋಕ್. ನಿಮ್ಮ ಪೇರೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ನೆವರ್ ಸಾ ದಿಸ್ ಟೆಕ್ನಾಲಜಿ ಟ್ರೆಂಡ್ ವೆನ್ ದೇ ವರ್ ಆಫ್ ಯುವರ್ ಏಜ್ ಅಲ್ವಾ? ನಮ್ಮ ಪೇರೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ನೋಡದೆ ಇರುವಂಥ ಟೆಕ್ನಾಲಜಿಗಳು 25 years ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇಟ್ ಹ್ಯಾಸ್ ಗ್ರೋನ್ ಸೋ ಬಿಗ್. ಸೊ ಇನ್ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ 25 years ವಾಟ್ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಹ್ಯಾಪನ್? Another question before we move to our next, continue the topic. To reach 50 million users, electricity bulb that we have, we don't have bulb here to show. The bulb took almost 50 years to reach. 50 million users na bulb ellar manel barodakke it took 50 years. You know how many years internet took to reach 50 million users? That's a question. How many years it took to reach 50 million users for internet? Somebody says Facebook took 2 years. Yeah, but the question is how long it took for internet to reach 50 million user base. I think Vaishnavi is correct. 5 years or probably 15 years if I'm not wrong. Please do our research. Okay. Okay, I'll come to a last question in this topic. How many years, months, whatever you call, took for Pokemon Go to reach 50 million users? Pokemon Go. Whoever says this answer, I'll say thank you, but I'll wait. I don't see an answer yet. The question is how many time frame it took Pokemon to reach 50 million user base. I want you to stop looking at the YouTube live. I'll give you 1 minute. Go to Google and search Pokemon Go, okay, for a minute, and tell me whether you have played this game or not. If you have played the game, say yes. If you have not played the game, say no. Chandru said 19 days. Thank you, Chandru. Thank you so much. That's absolutely right. It just took 19 days. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಟೆಕ್ನಾಲಜಿಯ ಸ್ಪ್ರೆಡ್ ಎಷ್ಟು ಫಾಸ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿದೆ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ, if you have a fantastic product, if you have fantastic game or any solution, in less than 19 days you can be a world famous, right? You have 3 years time, so please plan what can you contribute. We don't need 19 days solution. We want something, a long lasting product. Let's move on. What is that coming up? We have IoT, AI and ML, virtual reality, automation, blockchain, 5G, voice technology, analytics, edge computing, cybersecurity. These are the top 10 technology trends. Madle technology trends ಏನು ಗೊತ್ತಾ? Internet itself a very big advancement. ಈಗ 3G 5G ಅಲ್ಲ, very basic. Internet itself too fancy term. Smartphone ಬಂತು. Telephone was a technological innovation. That took a long time, but these technology are very, very fast. In less than few years, companies are earning in billions. Now, next question. I have a question from Sudeep. The thing is, why it took only 90 days? Because it's a huge fan base all over the world. Why the fan base is so big? Because they built so many superb products earlier, and the technology support is there. There is a smartphone, there is an internet, there is a big revolution, right? That's because of technology, internet, smartphone, many things. Do you agree with me? Sudeep, do you agree with me? Google did not come up with, even they have a much bigger fan base, user base. They did not deliver a game something like that, right? But the Pokemon Go is so successful in the American countries, other part of the countries. Huge hit. Thank you, Sudeep, for the response. Now, I asked you, these are I was saying, these are the 10 top technology trends already making wave in the business. So my question is, how many of you read newspaper every day? Forget about it. How many of you read or saw a newspaper last 1 week? Ping me newspaper if you have read even one line. The question is, have you read the newspaper recently? If yes, type newspaper. Many say yes, many say I don't read. Maybe because there are many other sources of information. You may have app, you may have Google throwing the updates or whatever. But I would strongly recommend, if you are getting into a professional mode, spend 5 to 10 minutes and learn what is happening. With a blink of your eyes, we might get an opportunity. Okay. In today's paper, Times of India, can you all see this properly? Infosys spending time on data and automation are able to make $3 billion. How much is that? 300 crores they are making already. So that means technology, these innovations are actually coming. Yeah. Okay. Tell me, what is AI and ML example? Artificial intelligence and machine learning. Give me one example. And we will move to something interesting topic for all of you in next 2 minutes after this. Give me an example of artificial intelligence and machine learning in the real life usage. So thank you. There are a lot of response, and I would thank personally to Varun for mentioning Jarvis. Jarvis is such an old technology, but it's so relevant. And thank you, Jarvis, for bringing this up in the chat window. Yeah, the PUBG is good. I never played. I see a lot of college, what do you say, college goers or recently joined companies are playing a lot of PUBG. But I would rather be interested in developing an application. Maybe because we are already aged, we are already reaching 40 very soon. So PUBG was little far for me. Okay, a lot of response. I would say fantastic. We watch Mast Maga in YouTube full news. Thank you. You should also enjoy that. I have never said don't enjoy. I only said make 5 minutes of your time on getting the latest information. I watch a lot of things. Netflix, uh, YouTube. We have Prime, and I would spend a lot of my time on Medium, which is the fantastic uh, news on the technology and business. Okay, let's move on. Okay, I will. Somebody said AI, Siri. Yeah, they're all part of AI and ML. Let me ask question to Google and see what is the time now. I'm being little show off probably, but I'll give it a try. Hey Google, what's the time now?
It's 11:10 a.m.
It's saying it's 11:10 a.m. It recognizes our voice. We can customize it. The response, it's brilliant. So technology is already getting into our daily mode. One of the important usage I would like to showcase today. why do we need AI ML? Why can't we just do manually? Okay, let me take you to a browser. I want to type something. I want to type Twitter, or rather, I would say tweet usage per minute, or Twitter usage per minute. So let's go to Twitter usage statistics. Can you see the number? Per second, we have 368,655, whatever. I cannot even complete the number because it's already switching. So that many number of tweets happening per second. So no manually it cannot be done. Nobody can sit and monitor the Twitter. If something is going really wrong, they want technology assistance. Machine learning and AI helps them monitor such a fast growth. AI already coming in your daily life. One is Siri, many said, and Netflix. When you watch a particular video, it'll show more relevant videos based on the pattern. So AI ML will be in the market. If you get chance, spend couple of hours on YouTube, Udemy, or wherever to understand what it is. Those are definitely not part of your course, but knowing that will help you definitely in the longer run. So let's go back. Okay, one more scenario. We have Zomato, where people would have rated 1 star, but they've given excellent comment. The food quality is excellent. The delivery boy was very tidy, clean, and he delivered with a smile. I'm giving him a star. So is that a good? Giving 1 star means it's a bad service, but giving a good comment, it is misleading. So machine learning and artificial intelligence identified these things and correct those. Okay, so let's go back to our presentation. And I don't want to continue with these topics. Each of them have a huge impact, and we already have 50 billion user base depending on technology. Okay, but please make note of these topics. You might be working in the future. Who thought we will be using smartphone? Who thought we will be using internet? Who thought I'll be teaching you with my sneakers and the shirt which is not visible? I'm looking so tidy and bright and talking to you all right up. Who knew 20 years back? It was all alien, right? Nobody agreed to that. But now it's happening. So technologies will also evolve and we will be a part of it. Okay, let's move on quickly. I have a few more slides to go. We'll talk about India's startup. Tell me a startup that makes more than $1 billion in revenue. I agree with Manoj. He says star and all in Zomato is all about the business. Thank you, Manoj. You have a better visibility and the perspective. I strongly agree there. Yeah. So tell me, answer me a question. Tell me an Indian company who makes more than $1 billion per year. When did Amazon become an Indian company? It's a foreign company. Oyo, correct, good. Flipkart is no more an Indian company because it's acquired by Walmart. It's run by Walmart. The India tag is taken off. Reliance, social media, it's not a company, but I would say Infosys. I'm asking about more of a startup. So Infosys, Reliance are not even a startup. They're all in our roots already. Tata is so huge, big, not a startup anymore. I want a startup which have $1 billion. Oh, you don't say Reliance, Infosys, they are not startup anymore. Flipkart, not even an Indian company. MPL, Infosys, TCS, no. Tata, Geo can be called as a startup. They are a separate entity. Swiggy, I agree. Indian startups will fail easily. What do you say? Who is that? Manoj, why do you think Indian startups fail? We have a better success rate compared to other country because we have ecosystem. We have so many people. We have a. I don't say it's failed because of it's Indian startup. It fails because it's not planned well. Nobody understood the requirement well, not because it's Indian startup. Don't ever say that, Manoj. I wouldn't agree there. I work with so many startups. We contribute as a consultant. Google, no. Google is not Indian company. Phone page, yes, Varun, I agree there, but I don't think it's yet. They have $1 billion in revenue. Let's go. Thank you. So that's a very active chat. This is what we have recently on online. Paytm, nobody said. I was surprised to see though. And all this startup, Paytm, Ola Cabs, Oyo, Renew Power, Snapdeal, Swiggy, Byju's, Big Basket Delivery, Zomato. Vedanta, I don't think it's a startup anymore. They have been in the market for quite some time and they're rebranding it. But these are the top 10 companies with the highest funding. It's not a revenue, it's a funding. These and Bounce, Pooja, you said I have my close relative who's the chief executive level. So Bounce, I know very well. These fundings came not beyond 10 years. That means 10 years back, these companies did not exist because of the technology innovations. Imagine, can Paytm work without internet and a smartphone? Can Ola work without a Ola app or a phone or a location GPS? No, right? All of this heavily dependent on technology. And in the future, you will be working on the latest technologies and trends without a doubt. Tell me, what is 4.4 billion in crores? I have so many no's, Anusha, Kavya, Sheena, Meghana. What is it no for? Did I say something wrong? Can a body work without a soul? Now, even with soul, many bodies won't work. Whoever was that? 440 crores, yes. Madhu, yeah. See, the 440 crore business funding they have, and the 10 years back, I don't think they even existed. So in next 10 years, we will see much more startups and funding. And uh, tell me, which among these have you used in last 1 month? One among 10 of this, tell me which of them have you used even once? I want to know that. I'll repeat, which among these startup companies have you used in last 1 month? Swiggy, say Ankita says Swiggy, OLX, okay, Zomato, Byju's, okay, very good. Paytm, Byju's, Snapdeal, Ola. See, we have already people who are using these products in such a wide market we have, right? If companies failing in India means somebody did not understood the Indian things. Failure is not again anything to be bad or sad about. You have to evolve. If you have a real good intention, you will bounce back. You will make it successful in a long run. Okay. People will fail, and only those will fail who attempts it. If somebody is not even failing means probably you never tried anything. So never have that notion Indian startup fail. That's a very vague way of putting it across. Okay, let's move on. We have Manvali Matsar. How many more minutes I have? Manoj says failure is a path for success. Thank you, Manoj. Yeah, absolutely. You fail quicker. I would say before you come out of your college, fail 25 times. By the 25th failure, you would be more successful person than so many startups. Don't worry about the failure. Early you fail, it is cheaper. The later you fail, it is expensive. Yeah, Tejas also said failure is the first step. So please step into it first. Failure, success don't matter as long you're progressing, right? I want to ask Manavali Mutt sir if I have just 10 minutes left or more. Is sir around? I think sir felt so confident. He said he'll take care, so I don't need to be in the car. I think he's disappeared. That's a not so advantage of technology. Okay, we'll continue for 10 more minutes. And if he allows me for another 10 minutes, we will be able to learn more. Otherwise, I have to wind up in the time. Yeah, Shailesh, we will become more experienced person. Absolutely, yes. To get experience, you don't need to get into a job mode first. You have 3 years time. Start with the project, start with the learning, front end, back end, database, whatever you like to. Start designing something. By the time you come out of your course, you will not just be a fresher. You will have a fresher with 3 years experience. It is so. I'm a fresher, but I have worked on so many products and application, so I know the technology well. So you will be placed much, much better. So let's see some job site. I would have asked you a question. Now, LinkedIn, there is a lot to learn. Absolutely, Disha, there is no doubt. We learn every day. We fail every day so that we fail better next day. So there's nothing to worry about. Okay. Uh, Now, how many of you have a LinkedIn profile? Ping me. If you have a LinkedIn profile, type LinkedIn. Manoj, yeah, freelancer. Thank you, Manoj, bringing this point up. I'll talk about freelancing in a while. Tell me, do you have a LinkedIn profile? If you have a LinkedIn profile, ping LinkedIn. Whoever don't have LinkedIn profile, I would strongly recommend build a LinkedIn profile where you will be able to understand what is companies look for. Do they ask you anywhere to score 90% and above? None. Not even a single company says, of course you should have a better grade, but nobody asks you to come as a first rank holder. Only then I'll give you a job. Nobody asks. If you see the LinkedIn, I searched the fresher software in the corner here, and you see the experience is 0 to 3 years. They're asking about so many things. You should know software developer, computers, roles and responsibilities. You should know a lot of technologies. You should have a knowledge on HTML, CSS, Bootstrap, various framework. I have a 2 GB RAM phone. How can I have a LinkedIn? If you want to have more information, you can go to a cyber center for 10 minutes a month. It won't cost you much. As long you're interested, 2 GB, 1 GB, 500 MB doesn't matter, right? If your intention is to know more, if your intention is to be ready to a market, to build a job or a company or something, this is an option where you can search. I don't know the name. It says original or BIET Mota Pumps Davangere. Don't stop with the excuse, I have only 2 GB. Start with, I have this, but how can I leverage? You have your friends. You go to a cyber center. you can do if you have a will. Okay, we talked about HTML, CSS. There's something called Bootstrap. Imagine they're asking so many things for 3 to 0 years. I'm not scaring you guys, but it's necessary you be cautiously aware what business is asking. We have something called full stack quality engineer. We have a software developer. We have a software programmers, right? Please have a LinkedIn profile and start looking for the job profiles. I am not asking you to apply. I'm asking you to understand what companies are looking for. There are already 18 applicants who applied for this in a few days, probably. So let's go back to another tool. People play PUBG in 2G RAM. Thank you, Prajwal. I didn't know we can play PUBG in 2GB RAM. Thanks for the information. What is the difference between links and activity? Where do you see, my dear? It says million year. I don't know who is that. But the question is, what is the difference between links and activity? Where do you see it? Okay. Uh, if I have more information, I'll talk about this. I will move on. We have very limited time. I'm sure it's all working well for you so far. And the next, how many of you ever logged into glassdoor.com or glassdoorco.in? Have you seen it? Have you logged into it? If yes, let me know. Have you ever used glassdoor.com or glassdoor.co.in? If yes, tell me yes, otherwise no. One of my friends said that they have 2 GB RAM. I'll be able to help you, my dear. If you want some information, or your professor will be willing to help, or you have your lab in the college, make use of that. Nobody, no, not even a single person. Okay, thank you. Give me a minute. Okay, I am back. I'm back. We have Manvali Mat, sir. So how many more minutes I have?
Want you can have it, sir. No issues.
I'll continue for another 10 minutes.
Yes, sir. You can
Okay.
continue, sir.
Rekha says, today I heard that word, sir. Thank you. Please go to glassdoor.com today. You will be able to know the profile, the salary, the interview questions. You don't need beyond LinkedIn and Glassdoor. Of course, you might get a campus interview, but still you will be able to identify how much you're worth if you're looking for a job. If you're looking to build a startup and becoming an entrepreneur, it's fantastic though. So let's try some companies. Tell me what job you want me to search here. Tell me what job you want me to search so that we know the salary, we know the job description, we know the interview questions. I will wait for the first one. Disha says, thank you for suggesting it, sir. It's my pleasure. I would say thanks to everybody for listening so far. UX. Disha says UX. I'll go with the UX to start with. UX designer. So I've searched for a UX designer because it was a request. See, Amazon is looking for a UX designer. What did I click? I have to sign in. UX designer. Bangalore, search. You can search company salaries, perks, interviews, questions, so many more. How much is this in lakhs? Who can tell me? The average base pay Okay, we have so many software developer. We will see what is 1362K means in a year. What do you mean by? So Sudeep is saying 13 lakh. If you see here, that's a range they have given. There is a variation from 12 lakhs to 18 lakhs, provided you have a relevant skills and experience. But let's go. If you can see a salary, you can also look for interview questions. AI developer, yeah, there's some more interesting. So there are so many. We have 53 questions, so you can be prepared of what kind of role do you prefer, like lead or individual contributor. So these are the question the real companies are asking, not me. Prajwal, it is not 1 crore 36 lakhs. It is 13 lakhs. K means 1,000. Or did we all miss badly? It's 13 lakhs. Okay. Fashion designer. Pooja, why do you want to be part of BCA if you want to be a fashion designer? I leave it to you, but that's only my question. Okay, let's search for something else. Software engineer uh, intern. A software engineer will come with a lot of experience. So I'm looking for a jobs. I'm looking for a jobs. I was not looking for an interview. So let me select job. I think I need a break. I've been talking for the last 90 minutes. Job search. So you all know where to go and search. So we have so many requests: developer, fashion designer, UI developer, tester, data scientist. Please spend some time. So I search for software engineer intern. Amazon also have an opening, and this is the job description. Okay, you should know Java, C++, C Sharp. You should have a bachelor degree is fine. If you have a master, it's good. You should have excellent verbal written communications. So all this is what a company is asking. Not even a single place I see a person should be more than 90% or a first rank. So I'm not uh, asking you to score less, but I'm asking you to understand the companies ask if you are looking for a job. Okay, somebody wanted to check jobs in Google, right? So let's see Google and companies and see if you have a job available for Google. I got rejected badly at Google. There was 13 rounds of interview. I was thrown out by third round. I said I was not prepared. Probably it was 14, 15 years back. I'm surely gonna play it again. If I succeed, good. If I don't succeed, I'll have to prepare more. So we have this 15,000 reviews, 37,000 salaries information, and your 12,000 interview questions. This is Mountain View. You can check for Bangalore specifically, and you can drill down to further details. So let's go back to something else. I'm going back to my profile. I strongly recommend you spend time on building a profile in LinkedIn, spend time on Glassdoor to identify how you can be a market ready. So you can demand double, we call 2x, 3x, 4x salary. If company is offering 2 lakhs, you can ask for 4 lakhs. How? By showing the skills, the achievement you have done in last 3 years. You should not be called as a fresher. I'm strongly saying don't say a reason why you cannot do. Come up with a reason how can you do. Okay, how can you be improved day by day? You have a 3 years, right? So let's go back to something important which most of them, many successful employees, a job seeker, miss out. That is called ATS, or a resume screening robots. Read the statement on the screen. Hope it's visible and readable. Read it yourself. They are telling application tracking system reject 75% of candidates. Many high qualified candidates are rejected by ATS because they fail to write their resume for the resume screening software. What do you mean by that? If there is an opening at Infosys or a Google for one job, do you know how many resumes comes to them? It will be in hundreds and thousands. When it comes to a Google, they have some 20 lakh resume coming every year, or probably more. I'm underestimating it. No manual person, no HR can read your resume. What they do, they feed your resume into application tracking system, and application system tracking system will sort best resume, not because you have done a good job, because that resume have few elements. Let's see what are those elements. No more manual resume. Earlier was the days where we take a resume and go to our office. There is a board outside. We have seen in our old movies, right? Job vacancies or job available. We go and give it to a manager, and they will interview and give you a job if valid or successful. Nowadays, hundreds and thousands of applications goes to the system. Only a handful resume goes to a HR will call you for an interview. Of course, it's not the same for a campus interview, but even then, what is important is understand the job description. Where is it available? It's available on LinkedIn, it's available on Glassdoor. More than sufficient for you. You have to have a keywords count. If you are a software developer, the right keyword should be part of your resume. If you are not using the right keyword, application system will throw you out. You are not even a successful candidate, even for the system. You might be excellent in programming, excellent in your work, but application tracking system will not let you inside. I'm getting a call. Yeah, minute. I have to disconnect. I will continue in a moment. Give me a. I just have to check something. I said people to call me after 11:30. They started calling me because it's already up. I'll take another 5 minutes. Okay. And Manoj says AI works here. Absolutely, Manoj. AI does work here in sorting the resume. And achievements versus skill. Skill means I know HTML, I know Java. Achievements is I built a web application and designed the user interface using HTML and CSS. That's an achievement. It's not just a skill. Which one carries more weightage? Always the achievement. It's not what you know. It is always about what you did with what you know. And the last, no fancy formatting. I'll show a sample. What how the system evaluates your resume. Many people spend time in designing it, forgetting the content. If I have, I'll show. I don't. Give me a minute. I need to cough. Give me a minute. Okay, I am back. Again, as Manvali said, sir said, I have a startup. I also work for a company, so I keep getting calls. Okay, I'll continue for a couple of more minutes and I'll be good. So this is somebody prepared a resume, very colorful, with a lot of information. Even they might have the right keyword, achievements, everything. But when the resume goes to a application tracking system or a resume sorter, it will come in the plain text. Okay, It's a complete plain text. You know what went wrong? Just say one scenario. Here, awarded in May 2018, okay, for one of the project technical skills apollo.io, okay. When the resume sorter took your resume and sorted it out, it took you only have 1 month. They forgot about the award here. And read this. Research companies and generate 50 plus lead as communications. What is this? A wrong word. Because the communication word picked up from other sections somewhere. Okay. So be careful. Don't do a stylish, colorful formatting. See here, research companies and generate 50 plus leads a month using LinkedIn Sales Navigator. But here it is telling all reverse, whatever I don't even understand. So research companies and generate 50 leads, a communications month using LinkedIn Sales Navigator, awarded May 2018. It's all gone wrong. So I would strongly recommend keep your resume clean, simple, so that system reads it. Okay, how do we keep it clean? How do we know what keywords to use? Spend your time understanding the job description. Spend your time Googling the right keywords. Spend your time looking to a profile of other people, or successful people or a successful company for your resume to be more polished. Okay, it's not a joke. If you neglect resume, even being excellent in every aspect, going wrong with the resume is not helping. If you're looking for a job, if you're looking for a be part of a startup and you want to run a company, you don't need a resume also, right? So these are the few useful links. Please spend time on W3 Schools, udemy.com, Dribble for Idea, Glassdoor, LinkedIn to build your profile. This would be my slider, last slider, looking very fancy here. This is before lockdown and Corona. So now lockdown, there's a change in the look. So I've been learning a lot of things last few months. I'm upskilling myself. I spend at least 3 hours learning many things, and we do a lot of training to kids. Okay, I would recommend also to build your profile www.aboutme/your name. You can build your profile, and this is my profile at aboutme/AnantJG. And nobody calls me Anant in my office and my professional network. It is always with my initials, JG. Sometimes I don't recognize if somebody calling me Anant. From the childhood, I've been called JG. Please connect me on LinkedIn. If there is any chance to help you, I will do the needful. And last but not least, I would thank you, BIHE College, mainly Manvali sir and Vakesh sir and other people who arranged this program. Before I wind up, I have a last question. Describe this session in less than 3 words. Tell me how did you feel. Just give your feedback in 3 words. I want to see on the live chat. And that would be the end of my session with you all today. So I'll be looking into your chat to see what you're going to say about the session. Hope it is useful, worth your time. Very informative session, superb. Thank you. Thank you, sir. Nailed it. Amazing. Sir, you UI expert? Yeah, Disha, I am a UI expert. I work on a very complex product. If I get chance, if I get invited in the future in the Kito campus, I will be happy to share my works, the kind of things that we deliver. Completely useful. Thank you, JG sir. Thank you, Girish, calling me JG. I love that. That's why my identity is all about. Meghna saying very humble words. Thank you, Meghna. Uh, Super. Thank you. Thank you. Just wow, nice, sir. Awesome. I learned many things from you, sir. Awesome. Thank you. So I'm getting old. Uh, Sometimes people say I don't look like, but I'm actually old. When somebody like you, freshers, thinks it's a good session, we feel happy to do better next time, right? Thank you so much. I've taken extra 15 minutes today and I've loved the session really well. Such a fantastic response throughout the program. Probably would have generated some 2 3 thousand pings, right? Thank you so much. Have a wonderful time. And I hand it over to Manvali Matsa for the closure. Thank you so much. Have a good
Hi, thank you very much, sir. Thank you. Thanks a lot for wonderful session, and you enlighten our students in all respects. Okay, so from the beginning, what they're supposed to be and how they're supposed to be, you created a lot of interest in building technology, and also you enlightened in how to build a resume, and you enlightened that so different domains which it requires for building a resumes and searching jobs, all those things. Thank you very much. Even I learned many
I,
things from your,
I
your
learned
session
from you a
today.
lot, sir.
Thank you very much.
You've been very important to many of your students. And I would say I missed Manvalis, sir, when we were in the campus. 50
No, no. Yes, sir, yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. Thanks a lot. And I wish, I hope you also enjoyed our session
Absolutely.
very
I
much.
loved it.
Yes, sir.
I loved the way the people, the students are interacting. That made the
Yes,
session.
sir. Even,
Thanks.
I think would have not done you would have not done these kind of things in last week, maybe.
It's always a
Today
failure, right? It's always a
went
failure
very well.
to go upon.
It went very well, sir. Yes, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you
Thank
so
you, sir.
much.
Yes, sir.
Have
Yes,
a great
sir.
day. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Uh, yeah. And students, this is a session for you today. And tomorrow again, 10 o'clock, we'll connect you back with some more interesting topics. Okay. And this is for today. And thank you very much for kind support. And I wish you all the best. Thank you. Thank you very much.